So I just found out that my special assistant Gwendolyn has a loose tooth. And so we're going to do my favorite loose tooth rhyme. It goes like this. This first time, would you just listen? Actually, you know what? When you're listening, every time you hear the words loose tooth, would you pat both your legs one at a time just like this? Loose tooth. Let's practice it. Ready, go. Loose tooth. Now every time you hear that, I want you to pat your legs at home. Here we go. I've got a loose tooth, a wiggledy-jiggledy loose tooth. I've got a loose tooth hanging by a thread. I've got a loose tooth, a wiggledy-jiggledy loose tooth. Now I've got a nickel and a hole in my head. Now the hole in my head that we're talking about is where the tooth used to be. That's also how you got the nickel. Maybe you can figure that out. If not, you may have to ask around and figure that out. Okay. Now this time, every time we say I've, would you point to yourself with a proud thumb? And we're still going to do loose tooth. We got two things. Ready, go. I've got a loose tooth, a wiggledy-jiggledy loose tooth. I've got a loose tooth hanging by a thread. I've got a loose tooth, a wiggledy-jiggledy loose tooth. Now I've got a nickel and a hole in my head. If you're watching and listening really closely, I missed an I've in there. I've got a nickel. We got to do better, you guys. We got to do better. Why? Because we just like to do better. Okay, so we've got that. What are some other words in there that need some special movements? I know one. Hanging by a thread. For hanging by a thread, we're going to do less like this. You don't have to touch your teeth at all, but you can just put your hand up here and look like you're hanging, wiggling one by a thread. It's fine. So that's hanging by a thread. And on hole in my head, would you point to where the tooth used to be? All right, ready? And here we go. I've got a loose tooth, a wiggledy-jiggledy loose tooth. I've got a loose tooth hanging by a thread. I've got a loose tooth, a wiggledy-jiggledy loose tooth. Now I've got a nickel and a hole in my head. All right, we're going to add all the last things for this. This is the very last time through. We're going to add wiggledy-jiggledy. This is my favorite one. It goes like this. Wiggledy-jiggledy. All right, so you're going to wave your arms and wiggle your body. There you go. Wiggledy-jiggledy. And what else we got? I haven't done yet. Wiggledy-jiggledy, loose tooth. And, oh, a nickel. You're going to hold it up like you got a coin in between your pointer and your thumb right there. Here's the whole thing. And do your best, and here we go. I've got a loose tooth, a wiggledy-jiggledy loose tooth. I've got a loose tooth hanging by a thread. I've got a loose tooth, a wiggledy-jiggledy loose tooth. Now I've got a nickel and a hole in my head. All right, see you later. Bye-bye.